There's a particular kind of tide that has nothing to do with how much you've done. It's the tiredness of not knowing, of waiting on a result, of sitting in the gap between one chapter ending and the next one forming. Nothing dramatic is happening, and yet you feel worn out, restless, unable to switch off. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Lunch and Learn. My name is Michelle Scher. Last week, we looked at why change can feel harder than it should. Today, I'd like to go deeper and underneath that to why the in-between can be the hardest part of all. It starts with the difference that we tend to blur between change and uncertainty. We can use those two words as if they mean the same thing, but they don't. And the body certainly doesn't treat them the same. A change, even a hard one, eventually gives us something to work with. It could be a new set of demands where it asks a lot of us, but it has a shape. Uncertainty has no shape. It's the stretch after a decision is made, but before the path becomes clear. There's nothing to adapt to because the future hasn't arrived. Across nursing, defense, and precision health, I've found this is often the hardest part. It's because not knowing carries a real cost to the body. There is one thing worth knowing about the nervous system to understand why. It is, in large part, a prediction machine. The brain doesn't just react to the world, it runs slightly ahead, reading what's about to happen so that the body can prepare. When life is reasonably stable and steady, the system knows what's coming, so it can ease off between demands. We experience that as simply feeling settled. But uncertainty takes away the one thing the whole system depends upon, and that is a reliable forecast. When the future genuinely can't be read, the body can't decide whether to brace or to rest. So it does a little bit of both. It keeps scanning, it keeps waiting for information that hasn't arrived. And that's why waiting can be so tiring. So whether it's waiting on a diagnosis, waiting to hear about a role, there's no obvious exertion as such, and yet the body is quietly spending energy bracing for outcomes that it can't see, it can't predict. Now, here's why this matters to me. Capable people are so hard on themselves in those stretches. They've made a sound decision and they know that uncertainty is temporary. So when they still feel depleted, they assume that something is wrong with them. But nothing is wrong with them. The fatigue of not knowing is not weakness. It's the cost of a system doing exactly what it has evolved to do when the path ahead is unclear. So in my practice, I've started asking a different question. I've moved away from why can't I settle towards what is my body trying to read that it can't just yet. It's not malfunctioning, it's just waiting for enough information to relax. Now, if you're sitting in an in-between, here's what I'd offer you. The discomfort isn't a sign that you've lost your way. It's the place that the body passes through on its way to normal, a normal that it can't see just yet. Thanks for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you about what you've noticed about differences in your own life. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.